Hey everyone, welcome back to the garden, or welcome if you're new. If you are new, my name is 𝗟𝗶𝗸𝗲. I am one of the two restless gardeners. The other one is my husband. He does not like to be on camera, so you'll see him doing work in the garden, but rarely speaking into the camera. We garden on 1.2 acres in southeast Pennsylvania, Zone 7A. I work part-time at a garden center, and I do some landscape design work, both for the garden center and for myself, for just a handful of clients. So if you landed here, and you like what we do, we are real life gardening. And by real life, I mean real life. We don't have loads of heavy equipment that come in and hordes of workers. So if that's something that you're looking for, welcome. I hope you enjoy the channel. Today, I think we are going to get some cleanup. It has been a really long, hard winter here. And actually, we haven't been filming much because we got cold again. It's warming up today and tomorrow. Today's Saturday, 22nd, so happy spring. We're 2 days into spring and it's going to get cold again. And I have to admit that things are looking rough. I'm actually a little bit embarrassed to go around and show you anything, but there are signs of spring. There are some things that made it through the winter just fine. Other things, like skip laurels, which always tend to get burnt no matter how well you protect them. They look horrible. And it's worsened, I think, since the last time I showed you some of those things, which is normal. Things will get worse before they get better. For the most part, these things will recover. The leaves will drop off, the dead leaves, and then new growth will appear. Some of our newly planted 𝗟𝗶𝗸𝗲 are the small ones we planted last fall, the American pillars, up in the bed with the royal raindrops crabapple. Even though I sprayed them with wilt-proof, yeah, not so sure. Some of them, it looks like branches just dropped off, so sorry about the airplane. We'll see how they come along in the next few weeks. If the couple of them that look real bad don't start to recover, I'm just going to buy bigger specimens. I should have done that in the first place. I do not like to buy quart-sized containers. Got roped into it. I should have trusted my first instinct. But good news is the Royal Raindrops crabapple is recovering. It's budded up. And if any of you were here last summer when we recreated that whole bed, you call the 𝗟𝗶𝗸𝗲 bed, because there is a 𝗟𝗶𝗸𝗲 Norway spruce up there. The Royal Raindrops crabapple did not like the transplant at all. We could not get a lot of the root ball because of the situation where it was planted before. And we were in a drought last summer, still are really. I was really worried that it was not going to come back. I expected it to defoliate, but it looked really, really bad for a while. Well, good news is it's coming back. Thank goodness for that. But anyway, so I think what we're going to do today is just a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I did buy some spring annuals to plant in our concrete containers out front. I don't know if we'll get to that. I feel like we're really behind on cleanup because of the weather. We did post a video almost 3 weeks ago where we were cleaning up, and my husband has been out here a couple of days since then cleaning stuff up, thank goodness, while I'm at work. But we still have a lot to do. So let's see what we can get done today. So the first thing we're going to do, I'm going to have my husband do, because again, he's just quicker, is cut these 𝗟𝗶𝗸𝗲 golden back. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them here. Look at the pretty hellebores. I cut those back, I think in the last video or two. They're looking really, really pretty. I think we lost one of our Jacob's ladder. This one, the small one. I think it's just rotted right out of the ground. Yeah, these two, well, yeah. I don't know what else I would put there. Smaller blue hostas. just so you see what they look like. They go around here, and then pretty sure we're getting rid of the two sky pencil hollies in here. Just, they look horrendous and they're not worth saving. They don't like it because they don't get enough sun, although I think we're going to save the big one in the corner there. That's the one that's done the best. And then you can see we have drip irrigation in here. See that hose? So we're going to remove that and just replace it with the solid line and replace the sky pencils with boxwoods. Maybe Ilex, we'll see. Boxwoods are just more shade tolerant, or maybe more 𝗟𝗶𝗸𝗲. The two Rejoice 𝗟𝗶𝗸𝗲 here. Actually, if we did that, we wouldn't have to remove the drip because 𝗟𝗶𝗸𝗲 like it quite moist. Anyway, we'll see. Just talking about some random things that we still have to do. So here's what I'm thinking for the two concrete urns. Ranunculus, purple pansies, and a variegated ivy. That way the ivy can stay through the summer. I really wanted two orange ranunculus, but they're so hard to find, and I did not want two pink. So yes, slightly different, but that's okay. Could be, we don't have any nasturtiums over here. They could be lily of the valley.
No, that's the other thing I'm thinking also.
Bee-balm? So that's how the first one turned out. I did not use all the pansies, but I'm just going to rinse and repeat for the second one. And there's the other one. Just a little bit of spring color to brighten up what still looks like a pretty dull landscape. So let's take a look at the work that my husband did here cleaning up the bed. He didn't just do the 𝗟𝗶𝗸𝗲 𝗟𝗏, he did everything. He cleaned up these 𝗟𝗶𝗸𝗲 a little bit, the 𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗲, the 𝗟𝗌𝗆𝗃. He got the leaves out of the bed, cleaned up the lady's mantle, the sweet woodruff, which is right there. You can see the lady's mantle there. There's a 𝗟𝗶𝗸𝗲 𝗟𝗏 looking much better. And in this little sliver of a bed where I was talking about removing the sky pencil holly, we have a couple of bottle rocket ligularia. See some new growth coming up on those. And then he also did some cleanup in the bed that is above the retaining wall. Just got some of the leaves out, some of the messiness. We have some hostas in there we need to get rid of. Well, move to a better location. They've gotten really, really big. So everything is looking really good. You can see some little tate blooming. The Hydrangeas I cleaned up a couple weeks back, so everything is looking good, ready to go for spring. It's a beautiful day out today, so of course everybody is out with their lawnmowers and their leaf blowers, so sorry about that background noise, but the next thing I want to do is get these roses cleaned up. For those of you who are new and maybe you're not familiar with how to prune a rose, I'll turn you around and show you real quick where the cuts are going to be made. So roses are kind of like botanical hydrangeas in a way that you don't have to be precise, but you can be precise. So for these, I could take them all the way down. Honestly, you can see these branches right here. They're a little bit shorter. I could take everything down. I wanted to keep it that height, which I might, because I do want this to fill in a little. It's got a lot of congestion down the bottom, but only 3 branches here, and then they get congested at the top. I don't want to keep that look. So chances are what I'm going to do, you can see it's already got some new leaves there, or they just might not have turned green. I'm surprised with how hard this winter was. Most of our roses remained evergreen. What I might do, so definitely get rid of the little spindly branches. We don't want those. And then anything dead. This right here is black, so that's most likely dead. You can see a really strong set of buds there. I might take this whole branch down to there, but what I'm going to do is take it down. I want this to be the dominant branch because I want it to come out. I don't want it to grow in and get all congested. So I would take it. It's going to be tough. Take it to there, I guess. And then when this branch, if it gets congested, we'll just prune that off. Or I could prune it to this one that's coming out. But I like this one because it's stronger. And the same with anything else. So you prune it down to the bud you like and the direction that it's going. You don't really want branches all growing into the center of the rose. You want them to grow out and up. So that's why maybe for this one, I would take it to right above this bud. So this branch comes out. So that's what that rose looks like once I'm done, and you can see everything I took off here. All that congestion at the top, but it was kind of bare in the middle. So when I bought this rose, I bought them, they're the same rose, but I bought them from 2 different places. This one had been pruned a little bit better, so it's not as bad as the first one I showed you, but it still does require some cleanup. You can see all this congestion in here, but like one branch here, a couple of spindly branches coming out there. So a lot of congestion down the bottom. I'm going to take most of these branches all the way down. You see all this? This is broken. So I'm going to take this down. That one's a tough one because I only see one strong bud and it's coming this way, which I don't want. I see a decent bud there, so no, I can't do that. All right, for now, while I think about that, let's get that off. I'm going to take this branch all the way off because it's just small and spindly. I'm going to take this branch to that strong bud there. I almost feel like this one was not pruned very well from the grower. This one looks like it's dying up here. I'm going to take this one down. See that black? Again, this was the weird branch. I'm going to take it down to that strong bud. Actually, there's a strong bud growing out right there. And you see that? There's a bud that's going to come out, and then I'm going to take this little branch. I'll clean them all off the ground later. This one, I'm taking this down, taking that Y off. I don't like that. Taking all this congestion too, because I don't like the way this is all growing. Too congested. I'm gonna take it. Taking the bud. I don't see any buds, but that's a little bit of a dead branch there. I know you probably can't see that. Sun's at a weird angle. I'm just gonna take it there, see what it looks like. Get rid of the tip. That's all those dead leaves. You don't want to leave these leaves hanging around. This branch, to me, I don't know. It's a funky color, and I don't see any buds on it. I see lots of thorns. So I know I'm taking this rose down really, really hard. I mean, there's basically not much left to it. I'm taking this spindly branch off. Ouch. This is a dead branch here. Dead. Dead. All right, let me clean this up and then show you what I did. All right, there we have the after. I know it looks harsh, but this is setting up these roses to grow stronger and have more upright bushy branches as opposed to that spindly growth it had, both of them had. So they're going to look much better in a few weeks. While I'm at it, I really need to cut back the rest of these wee white hydrangeas. I did those in the last video, so I'll just show you guys real quick. Actually, see a lot of growth, new growth coming from the bottom there. So these could be taken down completely. These will bloom no matter what. But see a bud there, so I would take it to there. See a bud there. You're seeing those bud sets. I would take it to there. This one has always been smaller, so not much to clean up here. Don't see anything on this one. Well, one set of buds right there. I don't see any new growth. Well, maybe a little bud there too. So this one struggled a bit when we transplanted it here. That's why it's smaller. These two were new. See a strong set of buds there. I see a set of buds there. But I think I'd want to take it down a little bit, right maybe to there. That's a nice strong. See that nice strong set of buds. But again, you don't have to be too concerned about pruning arborescens hydrangeas, the native hydrangeas, which is what these are. You could take them all the way down to the ground. And as you saw on this one, still has new growth. It's going to flush right from the ground and still bloom. Okay, one final thing that I want to do is fertilize those roses. If you are in my zone, 7A, I'm 7A, now's the time. If you are in a lower zone, meaning 7B, 8A, 8B, you probably should have done that by now. I don't do anything special. I'm going to use rose tone today. Typically, I would just use holly tone or plant tone, whatever I have laying around. We happen to have a small bag of rose tone that still has some fertilizer in it, so I'm just going to use that. And I am not precise. I don't want to fertilize my plants to death. I'm literally going to take a handful and just sprinkle it around the base of the roses. That's it. You want to go around the drip line. You don't want to go at the base. Oof. Stuff always stinks. I feel like I should wear a mask too. So again, you just want to go around the drip line, which you can see the root ball of this, right? So I went out like this because this plant, if you remember, was kind of out to here. That's the drip line where the edge of the branches are. And I did the same thing with this one. Again, just lightly spread it. Don't have to be real precise. That's actually going to be it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I hope if you're new here, you learned something. If you have any questions, feel free, drop a comment. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe if you think you might like our content. Hopefully we'll see you in the next one, and happy spring. Bye.